welcome back to Yeah, It's That Bad. This is your host, Vishen.
And I'm John.
So this is the podcast where we take terrible, shitty movies and we determine are they really that bad.
Yeah, we use like everything from Rotten Tomatoes to IMDb to anything.
It's a very scientific process.
Anything goes, baby.
Very intelligent people use big numbers to determine these scores, and we use that to figure out what we're going to watch. So,
and we've been on a little hiatus. We were trying to record. We tried to record.
We had technical difficulties.
We tried to use telephones
and geographical difficulties. But yeah, we did a couple episodes.
It's funny too because we live in the same damn neighborhood, and like for most people don't even live in the same state who do these types of podcasts.
Yeah.
And like we were still like, I don't know, man. All right, let's just try to do this from the telephone.
There were a bunch of idiots can't figure out how to do this on the fucking phone. It sounded like shit.
It sounded pretty. It sounded like we were on walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkies.
It was like, what'd you think? Roger.
I just thought that the movie could have been a little.
We're gonna probably just, I don't know, redo those episodes. So this week we watched 2002's.
Was it 2001 or 2?
2. Ballistic, Ecks versus Sever. A 2002 R-rated.
It was rated R? Oh my god.
Action, crime, sci-fi film.
I can't believe they said sci-fi. That is just bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know what the sci-fi is.
Listen to these fucking guys.
Directed by Wick Kayasayananda?
Is there a picture of that guy?
Oh my god, the budget of $70 million.
Wow.
Jesus. All right, how much do you think it made?
It made like $2. It literally made $2.
Close.
Close.
A little higher than that.
Tree Fitty.
It made, its gross was $14 million.
Wow, that made $14 million. As you can, I hope you guys can see that I'm holding back. I'm holding back.
Oh,
so
you
hard.
think you're holding back? Don't worry. Okay, here's the premise. Tasked with destroying each other, an FBI agent and a rogue DIA agent soon discover that there's a much bigger enemy at work. I never even heard of the DIA.
Yeah, that's the thing. I kept looking at like, did they misspell it? Like they just created like their own like division.
Yeah.
DIA. Come on, everybody knows the DIA. Who's the DIA? So like, why not just make up the F? Dude, why even say the FBI? Just say say the FGI or something.
So let's talk history, right? What's your history of this movie? You have a history?
I vaguely saw that it came out. Like, this is around, like, I guess Antonio Banderas' career was still very action-oriented.
Yeah.
So I just vaguely saw it, and then I was just like, this looks like the stupidest movie ever. And then, obviously, I guess the reviews came out, and then I was just like, yep, there we go. It was a really sucky movie.
Interesting, because I remember when this came out, again, this is right when I was working at Hollywood Video, so I had...
People actually had high hopes for this thing?
I had access to movies.
And this is like when like movie theaters were like, that was it. Like you had to go see these things.
Hold on, shut up. I remember seeing this movie and I was like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did not seeing the movie, seeing the poster.
Like the cover.
Because it's a dark cover. It's got Antonio Banderas holding a shotgun, standing back to back with Lucy Liu. And it looks badass. It looks like some kind of Matrix-y kind of film, right?
When did Kill Bill come out?
What?
Kill Bill came out like around the same time, right?
Which one?
Kill Bill?
Kill Bill, yeah, 2002, I believe. Volume 1 was 2002.
So yeah, I guess Lucy Liu was hot at the moment. Yeah. She was hot.
So I remember being like, oh, I'm kind of interested. I never saw it though. I think since it really wasn't very popular, there wasn't enough interest to actually go out of my way to watch it. But I always thought
it didn't look. It literally just like didn't even do anything in the theater.
Shut up! I'm trying to do my history.
I'm vibing with you, bro.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I thought it was interesting. You're like not listening to anything I'm saying.
Oh, so you actually, okay.
I was like, oh, this actually looks kind of cool.
I'm working with you. Yeah.
I never saw a trailer or anything, but just from the poster, it was like, ooh. And the font was cool. It said Ballistic in like a metal.
You guys used to get all the posters and stuff, right? At Hollywood Video, you guys get all the posters and all that stuff?
We did, but you stare at these movie covers all day, they get embedded in your brain.
I remember when like movie posters were like the shit. Like, oh cool, let me get that movie poster. Did you guys never get the posters? You never took any home?
I didn't care. I wasn't into that stuff.
You got to the point where you were just like, ugh.
I mean, yeah, when you work in a store with movies all the time, you don't go home. It's like taking the home. Yeah, it's like working at McDonald's and then go home and eat a hamburger. Like, what the hell? You don't want to do that shit.
That's true.
So, and I always thought the name was kind of cool. I was like, Ecks versus Sever. What is that? Ooh.
To me, it was confusing. I was like, is the movie called Ballistic or is it called Ecks versus? I was just confused. I was like,
well, a movie like this now would obviously be called Ecks versus Sever: Dawn of Justice. Right.
So wait, so the name of the movie is called Ballistics? Ballistic.
Ecks versus Sever.
That's so confusing.
And it's not a like crime. It's not like a legal drama. It doesn't take place in a courtroom. It's not like Batman versus Superman, which I thought was like it was going to be Batman and Superman on the stand, like a legal battle. Instead, he's like flying around fighting monsters.
That would be so hilarious if they did that.
It would have been better than the movie we got, I think. So, anyway, okay. So let's talk
Kramer versus Kramer.
Let's talk plot. Okay, so I did a little synopsis. So we talked about our histories. I'm gonna try to do the plot, or we can both try to do the plot, right?
Yeah, I'll fill you in or whatever.
Let me just say this first. I hated this fucking movie. I hated it.
Dude, it was terrible.
Okay,
it was really bad.
And let me also say this.
It was so hard to watch.
If I had remembered this, I would have probably thought twice before watching this. So, guess what the Metacritic score is, okay?
I hope that it's like -2 or something.
No, come on.
It's like 6, I don't know.
It's a 19.
Really? Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. We're going to have to annihilate these guys.
Hold on. Guess what the Rotten Tomato score is?
It's got to be like 4% or something.
The critic score. Close.
Nice. It's like under 10. Good.
No, it's not 4, but that's close. What do you think it is? Take a guess. Take another one.
I'm thinking like 8%.
No.
7%.
No.
6%.
You ready?
What? Oh, nice. Look at that, man. 0.
Big fat fucking 0.
A fucking 0%. Yes, thank you, Rotten Tomatoes. Even though Rotten Tomatoes is run by like George Soros or some shit, but like, dude, they definitely got this movie right. They got this shit
Which is
correct.
Weird because how could the Metacritic score be 19 but Rotten Tomatoes 0?
It's
Whatever.
inflation, man.
Well, yeah, right. We'll get into that. So let's talk plot, right? So we'll talk plot, and then we'll talk about what we thought, and then we'll talk about
because
it's that bad.
Yeah, do the plot because I don't understand. I watched this thing and I still had no idea what was going on.
Okay, I kind of followed it, but there was some stuff that didn't make any sense.
Let's see what they say in the wait. You see that? Yeah, read that.
I just explained it. What the synopsis here? I read the synopsis. That's it.
Oh shit, that's right. All right, wait.
Look, okay.
Yes, do your plot thing though.
Fine. All right. Like I said, for the most part, I understood what was going on. Okay, so Antonio Banderas, he's an FBI agent, right? And he's retired because 7 years ago his wife died. She was in a car and it blew up. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he retired, right? And now he's like, a drunk who doesn't shave. You know, all the cliche bullshit, right?
Yeah, he's like at the bar. He's like smoking.
Yeah.
It's like smoking is like, oh my god, he's smoking.
Was he smoking?
Yeah, he was actually smoking cigarettes.
Smoking like the mask. You kids wouldn't get that reference. So he's a grizzled, like bitter, I think, former FBI agent.
He's got the trench coat on.
Yeah, right. He wears a trench coat, and then his old boss approaches him and says, "Hey, I need you to come back for one more job," and he's like, I will never come back for any job. You know that. He's like Latino, right? And the boss is Latino.
Right. And didn't the boss like send some goons?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was okay. So I'm not trying to go like scene by scene, but
yeah.
No, but that's fine.
I just couldn't. I thought it was hilarious.
I have a point to say about that, but it was ridiculous. Like, so the first scene, like he's in this bar, right? And the whole point of it is to set up the mission that his old boss comes back. And, he's like pulling him out of retirement. But it's so retarded. He's in the bar. These like two goons come over. He, can tell they're goons. Beats the shit out of them. And then his like boss comes up.
Did they even ask him or something? Were they even like, they didn't even say anything, right?
I don't think so.
They were just like
hostile from the get-go. And then you got to wonder, like, what the hell was the point of that?
And then the boss just shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He's like, I did that just to test you.
Oh, is that what he said?
I don't know. He said something like that. Where he's just like, I knew that you would do that. It's like, come on,
this is stupid and like cliche as hell. Yeah. Anyway, so he's like, I need you to come back for one more mission. And he's like, I would never do that. And he's like, I have information about your wife. She's not dead. And he's like, what?
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean? And
I can't believe it. You found out my wife isn't dead. What?
He goes, you do the job and I'll tell you. And he's like, he's like fuck you, and then he leaves. The boss leaves, and he's like he'll do it.
It's definitely the boss is like, this is exactly what I planned. He's gonna come back.
Yeah,
Just give him like 2
So
seconds.
if he knew that, why did he have the goons come anyway?
You know, the fact that he beat you guys up, just heal your wounds, and he's gonna come back.
Yeah, it's retarded. So the mission is there's this like villain, this like billionaire villain guy who is trying to do some crazy shit to the world, and his kid got kidnapped. And by Lucy Liu's character, who's like a former DIA agent. I don't know what the hell that is. I think it's like some Chinese organization where they train kids. They're kind of like the Jedi.
It's from Thailand.
They train kids and like orphans to be stone cold killers, just like the Jedi. And so she's one of them. And then she kidnaps the villain's kid, right? So Antonio Banderas' mission is to get her and get the kid or whatever, for some reason. I don't know why. And the villain's wife is Antonio Banderas' wife.
Are you serious? That's what...
Yeah, that was his wife, yeah.
Wait,
that was
they
his old wife.
divorced something, right? She left him or something?
No, she got blown up, remember?
Oh, what?
Well, it didn't make any sense. As how does he not know that she wasn't blown up? It's been 7 years. She hasn't been hiding.
And he works for the...
So stupid. Well, he's a former agent, but yeah, he should know how to look that stuff. Just go to Google, for God's sake.
I was so uninterested in this movie that like I saw all this happening and I was just like, I could care less who that chick was.
Yeah, so no, she was actually pretty
the fucking villains.
So then it turns out that I'll just cut to the fucking chase. So then it turns out that this movie has a lot of twists. It's like a roller coaster. So spoilers. So the kid that got kidnapped is actually Antonio Banderas's.
That's from his sperm? Oh
yeah,
my god.
And then it turns out that the villain,
super sperm.
The villain, to keep the cliches going, was Antonio Banderas's old friend in the FBI. They used to be partners.
Isn't this amazing?
And he faked the wife's death on purpose.
You know, I've been reading about like a lot of these divorce cases and stuff, like people getting ripped off, and like I actually thought that like the scene where he steals the kid to get him back so he could get custody. I was like, this is actually pretty smart. And I was like, this is actually a thing that a man has to do like in 2017 to get his kid back. Yeah, that's what he does, right? He steals the kid so he can get custody of the kid. Remember his wife has the kid, and he hires Lucy Liu to get this kid.
No, you didn't understand this movie at all.
Really?
Lucy Liu was a former employee of the villain, and she was trying to get back at him, so she kidnapped the kid.
Wait, but like, there's a scene like the wife is like, "How could you take my kid?" Remember that?
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought whoever kidnapped him at the beginning was bringing it to him.
This is what I think happened.
They were bringing it to him.
This is what I think happened. I think you were right. Yeah.
And then
the goons were bringing the kid to the villain.
Right.
And
then Lucy Liu comes in.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought. Oh, that's right. Wait, you said he hired her too?
No. Lucy Liu was a former employee of his. And she wanted revenge. I don't remember why.
That was so confusing because at first I was like, yeah, but then that's right. Like, we didn't know who she was working for. She was just like on her own. Like the whole movie, she's like on her own.
Right.
She's like doing whatever she wants.
At one point they mentioned she's DIA because he using that Dell laptop. He just
Right. So that moment where like the goons get the kid, I was just like, that's what people have to do today to get this kid. But then she comes in and she fucks everything up. And
so I mean, whatever. In the end, he kills the bad guy, gets the kid, and they reunite and they love each other. The fucking end of the movie. It's just cliche on top of cliche on how fucking terrible, overly dramatic bullshit.
It was like the worst acting.
I mean,
it was like the worst acting in the face of the earth.
So what do you think of this movie? I thought it fucking sucked. It was a fucking chore to watch. I hated it. It was horrible.
It was really hard to watch. I mean, dude, I think us explaining it right now is actually funner than it's much more enjoyable to like laugh at this shit than like to actually sit through it and have to deal with.
So I took notes. All right, I'm just gonna read these bullet points here. So I wrote cheesy rock music and intro is cheesy.
Every
and
time.
It's not the 80s.
Every time the music was just bad, right?
It was, oh my god, it was
like horrible techno too, dude. The techno music was the worst.
I'm like, is this movie from 2002 or 1982?
I was like, how could they get away with this?
It's like all these synths and like it was kind of like you seen Drive?
Yeah,
there's a movie.
That's a great movie.
That used like the 80s like aesthetic, I think, appropriately.
Did everything perfect.
This movie was like exactly how not to do it.
Dude, Drive was such a great movie.
Oh. Okay, I wrote there's just random cheesy rock techno music, which doesn't fit with a movie with this kind of tone.
Yeah, it was like, dude, her
what
music.
The hell were they?
Every time she came in, it was techno, and every time Antonio came in, it was like the stupid rock. I was like, this is stupid.
This was like Family Ties meets The Matrix or something. It was like every terrible cliche you could throw together. I got, oh my god. All right, I wrote, cliches on top of cliches. I wrote, cheesy slow motion flashback of his wife's death as he walks in the rain is cheesy.
That was hilarious. It's such a bad movie that like you guys. I guess it's one of those movies that like it's so terrible that like. I mean, if you're watching it by yourself, you're just gonna lose interest. But if you're watching with friends, I mean, you just rip it apart, I guess.
So I wrote. Okay, so one thing I thought was entertaining was the fight choreography.
Really?
Even though it was a straight copy of The Matrix. There's a scene where there's like a fight between Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu in a town, and it's ridiculous.
Oh, they trying to blow each other up.
Yeah, which has got the guns and everything.
Some of the explosions were okay.
Yeah, the action in that scene, even though it was
like seeing the city blowing up like that. Yeah, that was like
it was entertaining.
It was doable.
Terribly shot, in my opinion, but it was entertaining. Seeing Lucy Liu like with the cheesy fake choreography was kind of. I mean, look. It's kind of like if you eat like a shit salad, but there's like one tomato in it. It still tastes like shit because it's covered in shit, but it's the like least worst tasting thing of all the shit.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's the best kind of
that's exactly
analogy
true.
I could have for this movie. And I wrote here very diverse cast. We got Asians, Latinos, whites, right? Because you got a Latino lead, male lead, an Asian female lead, and then a white lead for the villain. Oh, we forgot to talk about the cast.
No, but the villain was like a Latino guy, or was he white?
He was white.
I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. He was a white guy.
And they had
Antonio Banderas' wife was Latin.
Yeah, and they had I don't know what race he is, but Darth Maul.
Yeah, he was in that movie, right?
Boom. He was one of the henchmen.
What the fuck was he doing in that movie, dude?
Terrible acting. Well, this is 2002, right? Attack of the Clones. So his character died in the first one. What's he gonna do? All right, we forgot to mention the cast. Let me real quick. Antonio Banderas as Jeremiah Ecks.
Oh my God.
Lucy Liu as Sever. I don't know where they got these names from. Greg Henry was the villain. Robert Gant. Talissa Soto was the wife. Ray Park, aka Darth Maul, was his character's name was AJ Ross.
He's such a good choreographer too, man. What the hell happened in this movie?
You mean like a stuntman?
Yeah, I don't think he choreographed. I don't think he
has choreography. He's just a stuntman.
Yeah, I don't think he even did the choreography for this movie.
But his acting was terrible, and I like to see Ray Park in movies. All right, anyway, so
have you seen him in that movie? What's that shit called? Like
what?
Area 51 or some shit. It's like a French movie where they're doing that parkour shit.
I heard of it. Sounds familiar.
Good movie, man. Good, dude. That movie is like non-stop action, like just awesome. Check it out. It's like a French movie.
All right.
They came with a sequel, and it was terrible.
What, Area 52?
Or I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's like about. I don't know what to say. I don't even know the fucking original movie.
Here's the cover. Look at that. That's badass. That is a badass cover. Come on.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So, what did you think of the movie? I gave my 2 cents.
I thought that the movie was. I mean, it was definitely a terrible movie, but there was a couple moments where I was just like, dude. I mean, dude, this is the thing. Every time we watch these movies, the one thing that it always instructs and teaches, I guess that it teaches me, is that like anything is possible, I guess, and like shitty scripts can just be made into movies, and like it's not about like quality. Like it's not easy to make a movie, but then it's obviously not easy to get money. Or it's obviously very easy to get money to make garbage. Like it's super easy. Like, dude, whoever gave this guy $70 million just obviously made a stupid.
I don't know. And this
decision.
is 2002. How do you get? I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's almost like people are just like hungry for like, I guess, original scripts. Maybe because this was original movie, I guess, right?
As far as I know, I mean,
obviously this director must have just swindled everybody, and then whoever wrote the script was just like, I don't know, man, like. It just doesn't make sense how he got. Anyway, all right. My biggest problem with this movie was Lucy Liu, actually.
Really?
Like, I thought that, like, everything she touched, I was just like, this is such bullshit. Like, I mean, like, dude, there's some movies where, like, it looks cool that, like, the chick is actually getting it in. Like, you know, like, if you watch Wonder Woman, like, it looks like she can kick somebody's ass. Like, they did a great job at, like, making it look like she was a fucking badass. Like, she looks tough. Dude, Lucy Liu is, like, 4 feet tall. And every time I saw her, like, grab a guy and, like, out-muscle him, I was just like, this is such bullshit. Like, oh, my God. This was, like, one of those movies where, like, they overdid that. They overdid the moment. Like, dude, she was fighting like 8 guys in a row. It's just like, dude, she has not, dude. And like some guy would get her like a headlock and she'd like flip him over. I was like, dude, this is such, like she needs to be on. They need to show her taking steroids. They need to show her like, doing some like super pill human. You know, give her like at least have a backstory where they like, do you know that we gave her like some, you know, she was genetically like altered, and then like I'd be like, all right, fine, she gets away with that. But dude, the entire movie they made it seem like she was a regular human. Actually, I mean, they made it very mysterious.
Well, yeah, but don't forget, okay, she was trained from birth by the DIA.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they should have at least like hidden in the thing, like where they gave her like some shots or something. Like, there's a movie called Spriggan. You gotta check it out. It's pretty dope. It's,
Spriggan?
Spriggan. Like, yeah, it's hilarious, right?
Like German?
Spriggan, like Spriggan, and it's a Japanimation. It's an anime. And it came out like in 98, 99.
Okay.
And it's basically about like these super soldier kids that they raise them.
Cool.
And, they give them, and it's like, yeah, and it's like amazing. And like she basically fits this exact same, like, you know, whatever that the Spriggan movie did.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, highly recommend it though. You got to check it out. It's everything that this movie should have been.
I just realized who the wife was. She looked so familiar, and I just figured.
Yeah, what was she in? She was like freaking.
She was in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, dude, she was Katana or some shit.
I think so. Yeah. I'm like, man, she looks so familiar. Where do I know her from?
Dude, she's
been in nothing else. That was her claim to fame.
What is up with her, dude?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give her any more fame.
Dude, so all right, so $70 million, right, for this movie? I swear to God, they probably spent like 90% of the budget on like cocaine and hookers, and like, dude, the rest was just like, I guess, for the explosions and shit.
Actually, you know what? I just realized most of that was probably to get Banderas or Lou. They probably blew the whole budget on those two, and that's why they couldn't afford.
That's right. They probably paid him like
a decent
$20 million.
Screenwriter, a decent person to do the music.
They paid him each $20 million.
They probably wrote the script in 5 minutes on the back of a napkin. They probably got some 14-year-old to write it.
I mean, that's the thing, man. Most of these movies, like, they always use the excuse of like, well, the script wasn't even written. They went along as they went, and that's how they made the movie. Like, you know, that's the same thing with the fucking Point Break. Like, there was no script. They just like, it centered around all the stunts. Like, all right, we want to do a stunt like this. All right, cool.
There's a lot of movies that they do a lot of improv. Like Iron Man was mostly improvised.
Really?
Yeah,
the first one.
Yep.
So I thought that was like one of the best movies ever, and like I read about the backstory of it. And I'm just like, wow, is that actually like a lot of people that actually said that like the script was like shit and everything, and it wasn't.
So what the hell happened here?
This was a fucking disaster. Yeah, like I literally lost respect for Antonio Banderas after this. I was just like, there's nothing that this guy can do that's gonna make me like want to appreciate him as an actor anymore. Like the guy just like lost it. Like he should have made Desperado, and then that was it, and then like just stop. What movie did he do that kicked ass after Desperado?
Let me see.
Like, what movie was he actually in that was like, wow, this is a good movie? I think it literally.
It was So okay, he did Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
But that was not a good movie. That was like,
I didn't see
horrible.
That. Dude, he did Shrek 2.
Okay.
Puss in Boots in 2004.
I never liked any of those movies.
He did The Skin I Live In 2011, which wasn't an action movie, but it was actually a really good movie.
Really? Was that the thriller one that he did?
Nope. It was like that drama by that Spanish guy.
Oh, see, I didn't. What?
It was like a really artsy film.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Apparently he's in a movie this year called Black Butterfly. I don't know what the hell that is. But no, I don't see anything else. He was Burger Beard in the SpongeBob movie. I don't even know.
Yeah, he's doing all these cartoons, all this weird shit. Like the guy.
Oh shoot, he was in Machete Kills. He was.
Was he in that? What was he?
Apparently he was El Camaleon Cuatro. What?
I thought Machete Kills was kind of a cool setup. I like that. I like those movies.
I like the first one. Machete Kills is a little.
Yeah, the second one was pretty horrible. I couldn't even finish it.
What the hell else was he in? Yeah, nothing. He was in Puss in Boots: The Three Diablos. What the hell is this shit?
Yeah, what's up to Antonio, dude? Like, you gotta get into a good action movie or something, man.
Spy Kids. I mean, geez.
This guy's doing like some cheesy ass like B movies and.
Well, that's all Robert Rodriguez.
Yo, Robert Rodriguez, man, like that guy's talented, man. He made some good movies.
Made a lot of money off Spy Kids.
But yeah, he's banking on these shitty movies. Yeah. He even says it. He's like, dude, I can make. He's like, all these like Spy Kids movies, like they're making me more money than like, working with these other like studios.
He can do Machete Kills because he makes the money off of those.
Oh, he's doing like Grindhouse stuff now. He's like, dude, he owns El Rey.
Dude, Grindhouse.
Do you know that he's almost like a billionaire now? He owns El Rey Network and like,
oh, really?
Dude, they're putting out content and it's like, dude, he's actually a really smart guy, dude. Like I like everything he does, even though like his movies recently have been like really horrible, but.
Yeah.
But he's focused on different stuff now. He's doing like more network TV stuff. He's trying to put out like shows. Like they're doing the Grindhouse now. Like so, they have like I guess Dusk Till Dawn's like actually still being made as a show.
Oh really?
I haven't watched any of that shit though. So, yeah. I mean it's not obviously as there's like there's movies that like really suck too. There's movies. That's the thing. Like it's so subjective, right? Like you're in this moment where you want to watch a movie, you want it to give you something, and when it doesn't, you're just like, I want to freaking give you a 0. And
I would give it a 0 out of spite.
Right.
But it's not. I mean, okay. So I think we both agree it's that bad.
It is.
I mean, like I would not recommend this movie to anybody.
Like I think that like if Lucy Liu's gonna have a strong kung fu presence, like make the choreography centered around like how she was able to defeat these guys because she's so tiny, but like don't make it look like she can just kick somebody and like he's like, oh my god, he broke my ribs. Like it's like, dude, her kick versus somebody else's kick is just like not.
It looked like Zack Snyder directed those scenes. She would like punch a dude and he'd go flying 10 feet and like his head would explode.
Dude, it's just like one of those things where like it's so unbelievable. And this is, I think this is around the height where like these movies were starting to come out where like a girl's punch was the same as a guy's punch. We just have to make it equal. And it's just like this is such bullshit. Like
this is like a really revolutionary movie then. Huh?
I mean, this is what 2002 was like the height of like it's like where there was just I don't know, actually no, Bush was still in office and it was still very well, whatever. I guess Hollywood has always been like really emasculating.
Well, I take it back. I would recommend this movie to people who love the 80s.
Really? You think it was a good 80s movie?
I mean...
Oh, do you know, I was watching Commando, and yeah, you got a good point. Like, Commando is so cheesy now. When you watch it, you're just like, oh my god. Dude, I remember when I was a kid, when I saw it, I was like, this is the best movie ever.
You know what I just realized, though?
And then I saw it again, I was like, this is so horrible. This is like the worst movie ever. Do the one-liners.
But... I just realized something, right? If this movie was rated R, if you think about movies from the 80s, they were violent and bloody as hell. This movie had no blood.
So, dude, that's the thing. It was like
I don't think anybody actually had any blood.
It was like a PG-13 type of like killing action scene. Like, I mean, did they curse? Did they say fuck or something?
I don't think so. I mean, there's a little kid in the movie. Like,
I guess so. It's like the fact that the kid. I don't know, dude. It was such bullshit, dude.
It was painful, honestly. It was just so like
such a pain.
So cliche. So overly dramatic.
I'm
I can't believe I paid $4 for this crap.
You actually paid to watch this movie? Are you serious? It wasn't on Netflix?
No. It's nowhere to be found.
Where'd you buy it from? Like YouTube?
I do everything on Google Play.
Oh, they had it on Google Play? It's not bad. So you gave this Thailand director some like residuals, or actually it's probably a movie studio or something that
probably got 10
has
cents.
The rights. I'm glad that they didn't let him make anything else.
Okay.
You know what it is, dude? I think Hollywood just probably screwed him over.
Who knows?
He's probably really talented, and they butchered the movie.
Maybe.
It's like the guy that did RoboCop. You know that directed the new RoboCop movie?
The remake? The
yeah,
reboot,
that guy, the guy that did the remake of RoboCop is actually really talented. Like, he did these movies.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't know what they were called. But, like, dude, they were amazing, and then they freaking just screwed him over.
A lot of directors get...
They gave him the
studios, they just... Okay, whatever. So, look, just for posterity, let me just read some of these... reviews.
Yeah, that's right. Gotta do the reviews.
Jocelyn Novak from Associated Press said, for many viewers, the big question may not be whether Ecks and Sever will get together or why they're fighting in the first place, but why am I sitting here anyway?
Exactly.
Keith Phipps from the AV Club said, an action film starring Antonio Banderas and Lucy Liu, Ballistic, Ecks vs. Sever looks like a video game promo. Has a story that plays like the fifth episode of a struggling syndicated action show and feels like a headache waiting to happen.
Definitely a headache. These guys know what they're doing.
J.R. Jones, Chicago Reader. Before seeing this film, I couldn't understand why the producers had given it a subtitle. Afterward, I realized Ecks vs. Sever was probably the full script. Oh, I got it now. That's great.
That is awesome.
So, okay. Let's talk about something else. You seen anything lately you want to talk about?
All right, so we're done with Ecks vs. Sever. Yeah, worst movie ever.
Done with this bullshit.
Just every time you see, if you ever meet Antonio Banderas, just bust his balls about how shitty this movie was. Be like, dude, like the only reason why you got in this movie because you're so feminized. Like no other masculine guy would have wanted to like stand next to Lucy Liu and fight her, dude. Everybody else would have just punched her through a wall and just freaking just had a beer after that and shit. Like this is just...
He probably, like, if you mention this movie to him in real life, he'll probably like,
he will stab you in the face.
Like do that.
He'll assault you,
punch you in the neck.
He'll assault you.
Don't ever mention this movie
How
again.
could you?
Yeah, like I can't do a Spanish accent, but you get the point. Okay.
I mean, I'm rooting for you, Antonio. Like, I really want you to make a movie.
Oh.
I want you to fucking make a movie that
I have a movie for next week.
That brings you back. Okay. You got one? Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. Speaking of other movies and shit. All right, so I've been getting into this show called Prison Break, dude. I know I'm super late, dude. I know. The shit came out in 2005. And I'm just, dude, each season has 22 episodes. Are you fucking kidding me? And they're like 45 minute. Dude, they're 45 minutes each. Dude,
didn't they like reboot it or something? Oh no,
that's why I started watching. No, they came out the last season came out like this. The final break or some shit came out this year.
Did they have a huge break in between?
Yeah, it was like a freaking like a 10-year break, dude. It was hilarious.
Why would you even do that? That was stupid.
Dude, the show. All right, so check it out, dude. This show is like, and this is like, I guess I used to boycott like anything that was like you know, with network television. I was like, this is stupid. I'm never gonna watch anything from FX and da da da. And then like I saw an episode of the show, I'm just like, oh my god, like this show is like, it's got everything. Like it's like literally like, it's like a manga, like an American manga. Like, dude, the episodes are like forever. Like it goes on forever. And I don't know how they keep you just like, it's like a drama. It's like so like sappy yet very like it's serious, but like, dude, people are dying. Like, I'm just like, wow. Like, it was on like FX or some shit.
So it's an enjoyable show?
It's a really like, so some moments where it's just like so melodramatic, but then it comes back to like being super enjoyable. Like, and I'm talking like, the reason why I think this show really works is because it's so masculine. Like, this is, dude, it's a movie about like these guys who are like, you know, in prison and they break out and they're freaking fighting for their lives. And everything about this movie is like, dude, in order to get by in life, you gotta like just fight for it. It's freaking, dude, it's like the most masculine, and you know who told me about this movie? Like, it wasn't even like every girl that I've like talked to and shit, like they were into this show. Like they've been watching this show since the beginning. And like I remember like back in like 2005, all these girls would be like, "Oh yeah, I watched Prison Break." I was like, "This show looks stupid." Like, whatever. Like, it was always girls watching this movie, dude. I think, dude, I tell you, man, like the fact this movie's so masculine, women are watching this shit just for that.
Wait, the show you talking about?
The show Prison Break.
You're saying movie. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
What movie are you talking about?
It's literally like a movie.
Okay, fine, I get it. Prison Break is good.
It's a fucking great show.
Now, I just
dude.
thought of something, okay? So we saw Alien Covenant and we hated it.
Oh, dude, what a terrible movie.
And I was reading the news.
Why is everybody calling me right now? This
Ridley Scott is like, in the next one, potentially called Alien Awakening.
Oh my god, are you serious? He's still making these things?
He said there's going to be 3 more. And then they're going to finally connect to the original one.
Oh my god.
But anyway, in the news he goes, the next one, the engineers are going to be back.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my god, he's the biggest troll in the world.
He's demented.
He's trolling motherfuckers.
This guy has like Alzheimer's. This guy's got Alzheimer's.
He's the biggest troll. Because look, he does Prometheus, right? It's interesting as hell movie, but then he makes it stupid with all the like retarded, you know, people acting like idiots, right?
Yeah.
But it's like interesting. Like it
wasn't bad.
Mythology was interesting, right? Then he does a sequel where he fucks with the whole audience and goes, oh yeah, all that interesting stuff you like about the engineers, sorry, I'll just kill them all off. Done.
They're all fucking dead.
And then he goes, and then he's like, oh yeah, they're gonna be back in the next one. He's such a fucking troll.
Dude, I don't understand why people are not attacking this man with their hands, like physically assaulting this guy.
God.
Like just coming at him every time he brings up the movie Alien.
But it said, if he makes a sequel, I don't think the Covenant did well enough to warrant it. And you notice this shit just came out like a month ago, and everyone's already forgotten about it.
Dude, people need to like assault this. You know, people need to like come up in arms online and be like, dude, this movie was so bad. How dare you, Ridley Scott? Dude, I was watching like on the YouTube interviews or whatever, like all the actors are all like cheery and shit, like, oh yes, we did this movie. I was like, dude, you guys are such full of shit, dude. Like, how the fuck can you sit there and like act like this movie is actually decent? Like, dude, what's his name? Fastbinder, dude. Dude, what a shill, dude. What a freaking. Dude, the guy had the shit-eating grin and he was acting like he was actually a decent actor. I was like, dude, the movie was garbage. Like, nothing saved the movie. Not even your acting saved that movie. Like, his acting in that movie, like, nothing... Like, oh, he was such a good actor. Like, what does it matter? Dude, like, the people who were trying to defend him, like, he was the only one that saved the movie. Like, dude, nothing saved that movie. Like, the fact that, like, all the stupid loose ends, like, the fucking twists and turns.
I don't want to get into that. If I do, I'll get really angry.
All the twists and turns, like, I'm really... Dude, first of all, the fact that, like, they still made, like, the same android and shit, how stupid could that be, dude?
Well, okay, I thought that was kind of a clever idea. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, come on, dude.
That was kind of clever. But everything else was garbage. I agree.
But, I mean, like, as humans, like, they would have to be able to tell that, like that's like the android, because you know they basically cloned.
Wait, you're talking about how they couldn't tell it was
right? But I'm saying
that was stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they probably made a bunch of him, right? And then like the only way to tell them apart, dude, all the chick had to do was like look at his arm. Oh yeah, your number, whatever. And like they didn't do any of that.
It was really obvious inconsistencies. The obvious tell, like what should have given him away was the injury in his chin.
Oh yeah, it was probably
where the hell did that go?
By a billion different ways, and like they. It's just hilarious. Dude, did you watch Wonder Woman, right?
I did.
You haven't seen it?
I have not seen it yet. I'm gonna get around to it.
I'll compare it to the first Captain America. This is really cool. I
heard that it was similar to that.
Really cool reviewer. This young kid. I don't know what his name is, but he basically he did
on YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Bobby Burns.
Huh?
Bobby Burns.
How's he look? He looks like a Jewish kid.
Chris Stuckman.
I don't know. Young looking kid.
Jeremy Jones.
Might be him. He's like he doesn't even have he's got like no beard at all. Like he has like no facial hair.
And his background's like a red background or
no, it's like a white background. He never really shows his face. He did it for this movie.
I don't know.
He showed his face for this, but anyway, he basically he hit it spot on, dude. He basically said that like the movie is obviously good in terms of like a DC movie, like because all the DC movies have been horrible.
Yeah.
But like he said, in terms of like everything, like the action and all that shit, it just looked like CGI to the death.
Right.
And like yeah, it was right, dude. Like every time you see Godot and Chris, whatever his name is, Chris Pine, like they're great together on screen. Right. But then like after that, dude, like everything, dude, all the side actors are just horrible, like just shitty. Like yeah, I was like, dude, the first Captain America and what was the other one? And Thor. It was like basically Thor and Captain America.
Because she's like fish out of water.
Yeah, it's just like those movies weren't good, but they were obviously just whatever. They were, I guess they kind of helped progress. Like, dude, I'm blown away at how Marvel's movies have progressed to like being better, like to have gotten like much better than like the first Captain America, the first Thor.
All right, anything else you want to say?
That's about it. Yeah, I'm super enveloped in this freaking Prison Break shit, man. Like it's like a job for me. Like there's so many episodes every damn season.
Sounds like it,
dude. I finished this episode, dude, and it's what's so cool about it. It's like I finished season 1, and it just flowed so well into season 2 because I just watch them back to back. Like, but each season like it takes like 2 years for them to come out. Like, so like, but it's season 2 just like left off right where season 1 left off. I'm like, in my mind, I'm just like, how do they make these damn shows, dude?
That's impressive.
Like, how do they do that? Like, dude, it's like these actors never take a break. Like, they're literally just filming like every day for like forever.
I don't know. It's probably.
I'm just saying, dude. Like there's certain shows that like each season is like 10 episodes, 13 episodes. This show literally had, it was like back in the day, like how every show like had like Saved by the Bell had like 80 episodes like for one season, where you'd watch it like every day. There'd be a new episode that came out. This is how this damn show, and dude, this show is like, dude, there's action, there's drama, there's like, it's freaking crazy, like how, I don't know how they cut it off. It's got literally everything. They threw the kitchen sink in this damn show.
It's like the buffet of TV shows.
It's like it's like literally one of those shows where you're just like, wow. Like, I remember like in my mind, the A-Team and like MacGyver were like this show, but like you watch them again, you're just like, this is shitty. Like, dude, MacGyver's such a shitty show, but like, dude, back in the day, you're just like, dude, every week it was awesome, dude. That's how this show is, and this is me watching the show. It's like 2005, like it's 10 years old, and like there's some cheesy spots where you're just like, dude, this is corny, but. Dude, that's like 10% of the show. The rest of the fucking show, you're just like, how the fuck did I mean, like, dude, they should have fucking had on the loudspeaker like, dude, Prison Break is such a fucking good show. And I guess people did like the show though. But like, I was one of those people that like, I was one of those ones that was like, nah, it looks stupid. I'm not gonna watch it.
So you're saying you like the show?
I'm saying that I apologize to the people who made Prison Break.
I got it. Prison Break is a good show. Jesus Christ, man. I think you beat this to death.
I can't help but notice that like it just, I don't know, whatever, fine.
All right, I think we said enough this week. We got plenty. We covered a lot of topics.
Baby. That's right, better audio.
Ballistic, Ecks versus Sever, all the way to Prison Break.
Dude, did somebody die, dude? My dad keeps calling me. What the fuck?
Sounds like it.
Jesus.
All right, so I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe I think we'll do 2 episodes a week now or something to try to catch up. We'll figure something out.
We'll catch up.
Feedback. Here's the movie we're gonna watch next week. You ready for this?
Yeah.
We're switching genres. No more of this, whatever the hell bullshit we've been doing. All right, we're gonna watch.
Oh man, I just hope it's not as bad as this movie.
It probably. No, I doubt it. It's from 1998.
Oh, that's a good year.
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh my god, I don't think I ever watched it. I never watched that movie.
I don't think I did either. This movie has a 7% critic.
That's the first one you're saying?
No, I Still Know. That's the sequel. Come on.
How many sequels did they have? Isn't there like 3 or 4?
I don't know. I don't really care. All right, so that's
cool.
That's it.
Doing a slasher flick. Let's do it. All right, so we'll see you guys on that next one. Oh yeah, comment, subscribe, all that bullshit.
Yeah, what do you think? Did you love Ecks versus Sever?
Have you watched it?
We're a bunch of fucking idiots.
Did you even watch it, or?
And if you did, tell us why.
Yeah, tell us what you thought.
Tell us why.
I think a lot of people watch this movie because they just wanted to bang Lucy Liu. Like, she's so hot, bro. I find her unattractive as all, dude. I think she looks like an alien, and her freaking head, her eyes look like fucking alien.
Dude, you're
eyes.
alienating some of our audience, our whole freaking Asian audience. Thanks, good job,
dude.
But we just want to add officially, that bad. Yeah, it's that bad.
Yeah,
it does not have anything against Asian people.
As an Asian, she's not that hot though.
Or Lucy Liu. Shut the fuck up.
There's way hotter Asians.
We think all races are hot, and Lucy Liu. Please don't sue us.
I know, she's probably a nice person. She's like she's actually doing really successful. She's doing really well in that one show, that hospital show.
She's great.
What's that shit called? Greg's Anatomy or some shit?
Greg's Anatomy. I don't think that's what it's called.
She's on one of those like hospital shows. She's like, that's how she's paying her bills, and she's crushing it with that.
All right, so. Like, subscribe, don't dislike, only like.
Only like, and tell us what you guys think.
Yeah, don't be negative.
So that's it. We're wrapping it up. See you guys on the next one. Cool. Peace.